I don't remember how it works, to be honest.
I think I just have to like send an invite to you and it works. Let's see. You have to turn off your camera from Streamlabs or whatever.
I don't use my camera anymore for now.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna turn it back on after I move out.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, I can keep everything the same then. It's just gonna be for the chats or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Robert? Robert, you're so reliable, dude.
I was just gonna say, dude, it sounds like Robert's always in there, man.
He shows up like immediately all the time. It's great.
Yeah. Wolfie comes in here every single time too, but he never says anything. Just he lurks in the shadows.
Is that it? Is this all we gotta do?
Yeah, and then just make sure you're muted on the like on the little pop out that happens.
Yeah, because you can hear me twice, right?
Right. I'll be on Discord with you, so.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I think that's it.
Cool.
Now we're gonna change channels.
Probably should.
Okay.
Man, it's crazy. We're at the age where everyone's got kids and babies and all this.
That is crazy. People have kids and stuff.
It's unbelievable.
This whole like reproduction thing.
Yeah, even the ones we don't think should be reproducing. I'm just kidding.
Actually true though. If anything, the people that shouldn't be reproducing are doing it the most.
It's typically how it works, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find myself a very young lady when I finally get to it, because I want a lot of kids. If I get someone my age now, it's gonna be too late, dude.
No, you can have kids. I mean, I guess you want like a ton of them.
I mean, I want like 3 to 5. I think that'd be pretty cool.
3 to 5. I mean, you could easily find someone around 30 that could do that. No problem. They don't have to be like super young for that.
It can't hurt though. But
It
yeah,
doesn't
I guess,
hurt,
I mean,
but it's not necessary. That's all I mean.
it like yeah, it's possible to have one when you're 40, but
Right.
percentages go down.
You have 3 kids, ages 16, 11, and 10. Oh, I guess you
have
won't.
3 kids?
No, Robert. I guess you won't see
Oh.
my YouTube chat. I didn't think about that. So you won't see
No.
all of my chat. My boy Robert. 16, 11, 10. How old are you, Robert? I have a 16-year-old. I'm curious. Big.
He's like, I'm
wad.
25. Let's see what have our babies fight each other on Bruno. Well, more baby talk going on, guys. It's almost like Jane could hear everything we were saying.
It's true though, if I had kids, 100%, they're learning StarCraft. And it would be, how cool would that actually be, right? That we raise our kids to be StarCraft players and fight other people's kids.
I would never be more invested in a match.
Right.
All right, boys. Here we go. The match that everyone's been waiting for. Probably not, actually, but we're here. We got Zero over here in the bottom right. And our boy Jayden over here in the bottom left. Sharing that bottom side. Both of them already talking about the future of StarCraft gaming. Jayden versus Zero babies.
Saiyan's been waiting all day. Probably for weeks for this specific match.
It's very possible.
Jaeyun is becoming the new biggest loser in Primal Chord, and he's here to prove it tonight, basically.
Yeah, I love that Zero has participated in 0 games. And then the second it was like, alright, we're throwing some money on the line. He's like, I'm in.
Zero shows up, DeWalt shows up.
Yeah, DeWalt, dude. I saw that too on the votes. I was like, oh shit, look at that. He's actually here.
Sometimes you just gotta put a dollar sign next to something and then people start wanting to play StarCraft all of a sudden.
It's definitely a good incentive, huh?
It can be. I, however, just play the game for my love of the game and nothing else.
Cap.
Cap. Yeah, so, to be fair, it's even hard to pay me to play, to be honest.
I mean, I don't even remember the last time I saw you play a game.
I played Sterling yesterday, man.
Oh, true. Okay.
Is Jane race choosing? Yes, he is.
He's playing Protoss here. He's gonna probably take this match semi-serious, as there is the big dollar sign on the match here, boys.
$30, man. Zero actually going with 6-lings, which is kind of interesting. Typically, I don't normally see 6-lings against, Oh, he went speed. Okay, that's why. He's going speedling. So he's just gonna try to bust and pressure.
So are we just like all in with this? We're like not even mining gas anymore.
It's semi all in. Yeah, if it doesn't get much damage done, then he just loses the game outright. Because these will be more lings coming out of the main as well, since this is speed. And yeah, see, there's 4 more lings.
So Zero already saying, you know what? I probably can't beat you in a straight up game. Let me pull out the cheese here in game number 1, boys.
Well, it's already off to a pretty bad start for him because he was actually kind of late getting these lings here. Jaeyun had 3 zealots. It was probably a 9-gate. I wasn't paying attention. If it was a 9-gate, so we got 3 zealots and the forge is in the way, so we have the wall and we have cannons coming in behind us. Jaeyun is going to get here and scout this soon. He'll see more lings coming and then he'll know for sure. But, I mean, he already knows. Like, you see this many lings, you see speed, he already knows. Yeah, we already had the shield battery building, so he already knew.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, though. He didn't do 9 full speed, he did overpull.
Oh, it was overpull. So he did this in response to seeing the gate expand? It's kind of odd. Jaeyun's so confident even cancels the shield battery.
Yeah. I don't think he needs it.
I don't think so either.
Although, he just has to hold on to that gateway till the cannon's up and he's fine.
Well, even when the gateway goes down, if he pulls probes at the right time, it doesn't matter. This is kind of dangerous, though. He came out a little bit, took a bit of damage.
A little dicey.
But it did buy time for the gateway to finish. We got this the probe transfer coming. And yeah, I agree with Saiyan. He absolutely should have like full committed. There's the probe pool, just gonna keep going, because why not? Let's just sacrifice a few probes. Felt a little bit bad for Zero. But yeah, I agree with Saiyan. You have to full commit at this point. You've already made all these lings. If you let that wall go up, or that cannon come up with the wall still up, it's just over. So yeah, he needs to keep committing earlier, I feel.
Where's Zero from again? Is he Poland?
Yeah, he's Polish. I need to get your scoreboard at some point. We need to actually sort that out, because my scoreboard is just the CPL one. But the score is currently 0-0. It's the first game.
0-0. Joe, gonna add a second cannon? Yeah, he did add that second cannon. Well, let's see what Zerg's up to. Hydrogen. So what, we're going 9-7-3?
Yeah, he basically has to do another all-in behind this because it's just not playable from here. You can't really play like a normal macro game anymore. He's so far behind.
Yeah, Jaden's probably feeling pretty good about his game state right now. He's even going to skip the Stargate. He's just going to go straight Citadel. He already knows. It's like, it's going to be a Hydra follow-up.
Yeah, Zero actually canceled his other hatchery and went lair. So he's not going to go for a Hydra bust. So he's actually going to try and play it out. But
I actually missed it. Did Protoss scout the Hydra Den or something?
I don't think he did. He just canceled.
Just decided. Okay,
sorry, I thought he canceled a hatchery. Yeah, sorry, he canceled the Hydra Den. Yeah, so he's just going to go into Muta. Oh, you know why he did this? Because he scouted the lack of Stargate with his Overlord. He saw the Citadel and no Stargate.
That makes sense. Yeah. He saw the Citadel. He saw no Stargate. Yeah, so he's like, you know what? Let's just not do abort, and audible.
Yeah, because if you just go Hydra into that, you're just gonna die. But it's still gonna be tough. Like when these speed lots finish, we're gonna be nowhere near Muta. So these speed lots are gonna have like a pretty big window to do pretty insane damage.
Yeah, the thing is, our Yunas are gonna be so late, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be insanely late. It doesn't even matter that we're skipping Saren at this point.
Yeah, like our Spires just started, but I mean, he's gonna have like his Minas are popping when the Zealots are gonna be in his base, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be +1 speed lots like way before Mitas are out, like way before. So we're gonna need like really good Sim City and Sunkens. He's dropping a Hydra Den now, but it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be ugly.
That's a big one.
Getting those standard safety cannons in the mineral line in case of Spire. I'm actually surprised how comfortable Jaeyoon is being completely open to Muta for so long. Because, like, he didn't know. He didn't know if he kept mining gas and went into lair sooner or not. He just kind of risked it.
It's that Star Sense, baby.
Yep. And there we go. Speed is finished. Zealots coming out. We have 2 Sunkens coming down for each base, which he's going to need a pretty decent Sim Cities, though. But it's a lot of Zealots.
Already? Where's this probe going?
I don't know what that's about. Maybe in position for a third.
Oh, maybe it was just a scouting.
He was scouting. Yeah, he was scouting to make sure there was no link counter. That was good, actually. That's smart.
So let's see how the drone drilling is. So far, not horrible. Pretty good drone drilling, actually, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it's just... We just don't have, like... We don't have enough of what we need, and this is +1 Zealots against, 0 Armorlings, obviously. And no tech behind that, so yeah, this base is gonna get completely ravaged. 4 drones getting out, but a DT actually intercepting and killing a few more of them, even. Just adding insult to injury.
Nice. So, yeah, Mutas are out, but like we talked about, they're so late that it doesn't even really help us.
Yeah, we'll see if Jaeyoon wants to go into that Dark Archon. I'd like to see a Dark Archon at this point.
Well, small victory for Zero. He saves his Evo.
Yeah, very small victory.
Send that DT in. Oh, okay, DT actually went all the way back home. I wouldn't have minded seeing that DT slip in and just get that finishing hit on that Evo.
Yeah, he probably wanted to bring the DT back, so he only has to make 1 more for the Dark Archon. That would be my guess. You see the probes jump to the top because he wants to storm on top of those Muta. There's the second DT finishes, so that's going to be for the Dark Archon. Oh, he actually made... Okay, well, he made an extra DT anyway, so... Never mind.
So why was Dark Archon, like, just the clear choice here?
Because we can't go into Corsair anymore, and we have to have an answer to the Muta. Going into Corsair at this point is way too expensive. But if you don't have any answer for the Muta, then your High Templar are way too exposed.
Okay. Well, Zealot hit squad comes in, finishes off the Evo. Confirms Zero's going to be adding a couple more hatcheries. Draws the meters back home for a moment.
Yeah, we got a couple rounds of drones, which is nice. So Zero's economy is not like that terrible. It's just that it's so delayed at this point, right? Jaeyun gonna have a pretty hefty army. I assume we're gonna start seeing. Well, I would have thought we'd see Goon production by now, but it looks like he just wants to stick to Zealot High Templar. I don't think we got range yet for our Goons, so. I mean, this is really good because there's no Lurker, and maybe that's why he's doing it, because he knows the Lurker is going to be, like, super delayed. He can't really go into Lurker at this point. So until Lurkers are out, Zealot Storm is going to be superior. Goons are more of an answer to the Lurker than anything else.
Yeah, something I noticed that Jaeyun does, I don't know if he's doing this consciously, but whenever he sends his High Templar back to the main, he always tucks it under that little 12 o'clock point of the Nexus.
Yeah, it's
making it just like as hard as possible to get clicked on by Mita.
That is for sure intentional. It's hard to click and it's hidden, right?
Yeah, so just a small little thing there that I kind of like about him doing that.
Yep.
Oh, and there's a
huge
big
maelstrom
right there. Big storm and goodbye Mitas.
Yeah, there are the goons. So it looked like he did actually have goon range already. So yeah, I just didn't see it coming. So from here, it's going to be a lot of goons. He might do Zealots behind this just because Zealots are better for reinforcements, because they build faster and move faster, right? But having this, like, flux of goons for this push. And he's also doing what I tell people all the time. When you're doing a push out, you actually don't really want more than, like, 4 or 5 High Templar. Because when you start getting too many, it starts getting way too hard to control. That probe living with 1 HP is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's super clutch. You might actually still get a cancel with these lings here coming in.
Yeah, it's a good counter from Zero to wrap around. Cancel.
Yeah, he looks pretty much dead, but...
Well, he's actually not. We don't have observers yet, and we actually have lurkers at every base.
Well, let's see how good Storm is.
Yeah, and we do see that just 4 High Templar, but he has enough energy for 2 Storms per High Templar. There's only... Well, there's a couple lurkers at each base. It's going to be too hard to break at this point, I think. He might still would go for it, but it's kind of hard.
Oh, he's going, dude. Jaeyun sees blood in the water.
Okay, well, these lurkers are pretty clumped for it, too, so really nice. So
one more storm. One more storm.
There we go.
Gets it.
So that'll at least allow him to clear the front up here. Does he have goon range?
I don't see how we live this, man.
Okay, yeah, he definitely has goon range.
James gonna blast me.
Yeah, even with the lurkers here, he's just gonna keep going. I actually really like that call. A lot of people would have backed up, but he kind of recognized it couldn't have been too many lurkers. Still gonna get his trades with the storms and stuff. Might now be able to keep going with all these extra lurkers popping out, and we are out of storms now. So he's gonna back up, but even just getting this trade and killing this front wall is nice. The unfortunate thing, of course, being that his third base was denied in the meantime. But he's double expanding behind this.
You just, lings are blocking the third. Alright, let's just double expand. Alright. Well, Observer's here now. And with the Observer here, this is going to get a little risky now for Zero to hold.
Yeah, there is only one Storm, but it's a lot of lings with no upgrades against the 1/1 Protoss, so just this one Archon. I think it's best of 5.
Yeah, best of 5 Europe. So we have Storm available. Alright, we're going to use on those Maelstrom Lings. Nice.
Yeah, and even though Goon's not the best against Lings, just having these upgrades makes a big difference. Scourge are jumping on top of these Observers, but doesn't get the second Observer. And...
yeah, I think we're about to see a tap out here from Zero.
Yeah, Zero might...
well,
he's gonna hold, but does it really count as a hold? He's alive, we'll say that.
He's breathing.
He's still breathing.
A couple reinforcing Zealots here. Looking back at Jaeyun's main. Still just sitting on those 8 gates.
Without upgrades on these links. Oh, okay, no, he finished 1/1. Okay, so it actually Makes a big difference. With 1-1, he actually is going to hold. But as I mentioned, it's going to be a lot of Zealots behind the push, right? Because Zealots, like I said, they build very fast and they reinforce very quickly. So your initial push is usually going to be a lot of goons with Zealot follow-up.
I thought Jane was pulling the boys, dude, to help with this fight, but it was just a probe transferred. Man, Zero really, really tenacious in this game, boys. He's hanging in there. He's trying.
Well, I think he thinks that, well, no, he sees the
third.
system later at 6 o'clock, so... Yeah, I thought maybe he didn't think that he thought maybe, Jaeyun was on 2 base, but... Yeah, gonna tap out. Jaeyun gonna take this first game. How many games? It is best of 5. Did I not put it in the title? No, I did. It's in the title.
I don't even remember if I put it in my title. I forgot to put best of 5. Alright, let's see here. What map are they going to want?
That is the question. Zero fighted like a champ. It's so true. Gave it his all. You can't read? Yeah, sorry. My bad, my bad.
Zero has selected Dominator as the next map, ladies and gentlemen.
Interesting. I really don't know much about this map, ZVP.
I thought you were just about to say you don't know much about this map. I was just like, what? Season.
I just haven't seen like hardly any ZVP on it at all. Okay, I'll let you handle the intro here. I'm gonna continue making my food, so I'll be right back.
Oh, and we got the instant drop from Zero. Oh, or is that me? Is that me? Am I dropping here?
I see Zero.
Stormy weather in LA, or what's that? Let's know.
All right, be right back.
I don't know. It's like a hurricane or something. I lowered it a little bit because we're casting. Excuse me. But just to let everybody know what's going on. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful, phenomenal week. We got a little Primal Chord action being brought to you today by Mr. Ozzy the Hockey and yours truly. Basically, we kind of have like just random show matches that occur here and there, and today it's Jane versus Mr. Zero. Two big names in the StarCraft scene. So it's a pleasure to be able to have the opportunity to show this for you guys. And, you know, I'm not typically someone that enjoys watching PvZ, but with it being Zero and Jayan, I had to make an exception. You know, like, all right, we're gonna cast this. So here we are. We're doing this, we're doing that, and yeah, $30 on the line, best of 5 series. I think Zero is gonna get absolutely blasted, but you know, you never fucking know. And yeah, so without further ado, we're gonna pour up that glass, take a good little shot, and then we're gonna get back into casting this game and telling you guys what's going on.
Was there a pause or something?
Cheers. Salud. Gumbe.
Yeah, there was. Okay. This is live. It is not a replay.
Let me update the scoreboard here.
True. After we do this, I'm gonna have you send me your scoreboard. It looks better.
If I can figure out how to do that, I will gladly help you.
Or more CPL.
I got it from Dada. He made it for me. I think it's just the CPL one that he gave out to everybody. Actually, it might just be on the Discord.
I think yours is like the NSL one. I think.
Oh, Dada made that one too.
Yeah. I just meant because mine's the CPL one. It still has the CPL logo on it, tag, whatever.
Real G's who play on Lost Sample.
What a good map.
Intros. The game paused, so like I started talking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got Zero over here on the right side spawn, and Mr. JM in the bottom spawn.
What an intro.
All right, so we'll add a little bit to it. So for those of you that don't know who Zero is, what are you, living under a rock? Okay, anyway. Everyone knows Jaehoon. I really don't need to introduce these guys. They're both big names in the scene. Both players that contribute a lot to the community. And yeah, we're happy to have the opportunity to see a little match between the two and be casting alongside my favorite co-caster.
Destroy that boy's hole.
Okay. Yeah, SB is always about... Actually, I don't know what happened to Shield Battery, by the way, but now I call this guy SB. He's always about asses and holes. He's got like a fetish with it or something.
Oh, this isn't the same Shield Battery?
I don't think so. Wait, thanks to SB, you're not... You didn't change your name, right? You're not like the Shield Battery, right? Alright, Single's not like gonna be poking on this hatchery here.
Yeah, I agree, Dustin. Okay, I don't know what's going on with these Shield Battery people.
There's like so many Shield Batteries, dude.
I just assumed they were all the same guy.
No, there's like Shield Battery 2, Shield Battery, thanks to be Shield Battery. There's another one too. It's like thanks _ Shield Battery. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's a clan. What man isn't into holes? That's a good question, Dustin.
Yeah, I can't see your YouTube chat. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Stop watching on YouTube, guys. Or actually, no, that's fine. Keep watching on YouTube, but also watch on Twitch.
Alright, well, these 3 Zealots did force out like 1,000,000 Zerglings, so this is actually pretty good damage.
Dude, this was phenomenal damage.
Yeah. Hatchery did get very low as well.
With all the chaos occurring at that third, we slipped in a Zealot into the main.
Which is pretty important, actually, because this many Speedlings with how late this cannon... Or not Speedlings, but just this many Lings, even Slowlings, probably would have killed Jaehoon with how late that cannon was.
Just look at all the mining time loss, too. He's dancing these drones around like he's freaking Unco.
Yeah. I mean, Jaehoon is in such a good position now. Zero even had to take off of gas, right? Not able to mine gas, trying to get his drones back up now. He is going to have enough Lings left over to at least protect them for a little bit. We do have 2 more Zealots heading towards this bottom expansion next. I said we had enough Lings. We're actually running a little bit low. We're on 10, so these Zealots get in a good position. They actually can fight these Lings. Out in the open, though, and speed does finish. Is going to favor
these
Zero.
Lings will clean this up.
Yeah.
Some nice center step bike right there from Jaehoon, though, to try to just squeeze out every little bit of value he can with those Zealots. Unfortunately, they aren't just going to go down. We even have a third Zealot that was on the way rallied, but that's going to get turned around. And
once again, we are skipping Stargate, going straight into Citadel, which, again, is good because Zero not going Lair. From what I've seen of Zero, too, just a little bit I've played with him and seen him play, he does favor Hydra a lot. So Jaehoon probably notices that. Plus, you know, he is getting Zealots inside and seeing the lack of Lair.
Yeah, I mean, he had full info. He scouted the third. He knew exactly what's going on in the main. Saw no, not even mighty gas when he was in there, so he knows, okay, play's like non-existent. We are going to throw 3 on gas now, but I think that's just to support our Hydra production. Yeah, for sure. He can't go into mute at this point. There's no way. Yeah, it's kind of a nice adjustment from Jaehoon. I personally still like making the Stargate anyway.
just because I like the scouting info you can get for like seeing how many hydras are being made and if there is a layer coming and that kind of thing.
I have something I was theorying or had a theory about.
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation, like I'm barely I'm a virgin to this PvZ stuff, but we're starting to play it or starting to see it a little bit more. Why not just go Robo and go straight Reaver?
You can, but Reaver's a very big commitment because when you go Reaver, you also have to go Corsair because of Muta, right? So by going Reaver,
in this specific situation, right, where we saw he wasn't mining gas, he's not playing lair. We got our Citadel done. There's no threat of the Muta.
There's an eventual threat, I guess, but yeah, I mean initially, yeah, there's not. I mean, sometimes you will see stuff like that. Like you can see Reaver pushes, like just pushing the front with the army or something. It's not like unheard of, but it is relatively rare. I think it's just a really expensive commitment. I mean, think about if you're going Reaver, right? Are you going Storm too? Because like that's 200 for the Robo. Then you got to make the Reaver Bay. Then it's another 200 100 for the Reaver. Then you got 200 for the shuttle. Like it's a really big resource commitment just to even make a single Reaver.
Primal's definitely been rubbing off on you, making Reaver bays now.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say support bay. Because when I say support bay, I've had so many people get confused. So I just don't even say support bay anymore.
What's confusing about it?
I don't know.
Well, anyway, we got Zealots in, no SimCity, no Sunken, Hydra's getting blasted left and right. Zealots just all over everything. And yeah, I think we might just see a GG.
Yeah, the game's just over. I mean, I do think like Jayun skipping, that's kind of thing that I was kind of getting at earlier was like for me it's like more comfortable to go Stargate, but this is clearly like way better optimized to just actually skip it, right? Because even if they commit to Hydra, you don't need to know if they're continuing Hydra or not. You're gonna be outproducing so much at this point, it doesn't matter. Because he had such a good opener.
Because the point of the Corsair is what? Two things, right? One is to scout to see what the hell's going on. And then two, just to be able to fight against the Muta.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if those aren't, like, if we already have full information and we know they're not going Muta, it's like, what do we need to say her for?
Yeah, the only time the scouting, kind of what I'm getting at, the only time the scouting kind of matters is because you need to know, like if it's a 973, for instance, you need to know, like, when they stop production, right? Like, that's why you get Corsair even if they're not going Muta. But in this case, the game state was obviously very different here because the opening was just constant pressure and damage from Jayun. So, yeah, I mean, obviously it's much smarter what he did in this game state.
Yeah, and then looking back at Jayun's base, he's already got his archives done. He's up to 8 gateways, 9 gateways even. He's going up to 9 gateways. He just wants to end it, dude. Yeah, Keen, he skips air. He's just blasting him. Walter Yellen. Hey, buddy.
What's up, Water? We'll call him Walter.
Water. Well, this might be a quick show match, boys. We're not even 20 minutes in, and we're already going to be about to be 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in the supply rise, 0 only at 48 supply. He's got a decent number of Hydras, but I mean, look at the drone saturation, just his natural in third. It's pretty much non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to stay in the game, but...
Dark Archon has been made, even though there's no Spire. It's still good against Hydra, though. It's not even that bad.
Well,
two cannons here.
Where's the army?
The Zealots ran to the top of the map, just for the fun of it, I guess. So we are actually going to lose basically 3 of our High Templar. But again, it just doesn't matter. I mean, Zero just doesn't have the economy he needs to fight at all. Even if Jayun didn't make any more High Templar, he could just win with Zealot and Goon, I feel like, at this point.
Yeah, we did get +1 weapon on our Hydras.
Yeah, +1 armor should be finishing soon for Jayun to counteract that at least.
So what's the what's the mentality on? Hey, I'm going +1 weapon or +1 armor first. Is it always +1 weapon
It's
first?
always +1 weapon first. Always, always. Because there's 2 breakpoints that happen with the +1, at least that I'm aware of. Zealots kill Zerglings 1-shot faster, and they kill Hydras 1-shot faster with that +1.
So always the +1. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Big Maelstrom. That's actually pretty phenomenal Maelstrom. 8 Hydra is going to get completely immobilized there.
Yeah, one thing I wish they would change about Maelstrom is that when you Maelstrom units, they actually lose aggro. They don't get prioritized anymore. So you actually have to manually target them while they're Maelstrom, or they count as, like, workers, for instance. They won't naturally get targeted by units.
I noticed that. I noticed that he Maelstrom there, and then all his Zealots kind of moved to the right there and just continued fighting the other units.
Yeah, that's why a lot of times you see... Well, not a lot of times. You pretty much always see Storm paired with Maelstrom, because your units won't kill them.
Alright, let's see what map these gentlemen would like. So, kind of what I've predicted so far. We got Jayon up 2-0.
Yeah, we're definitely expecting a 3-0 here.
I'd love to see 0 take 1 at least.
Would be nice.
Just kind of give us an extra game. Is it going to be a gauntlet? Is there more people that are going to be challenging Jayon today?
As far as I know, DeWalt was the only one other than him. I would have, but I just wasn't even here. But I also don't think I would have any shot, so it'd be a waste of time. But it could be fun.
I mean, Jayon losing to Mooney. I feel like we got a shot.
That's true. Jayon was losing to Mooney, so it's not impossible that I could beat him too.
I think he 3-0'd him, is what I heard.
Yeah, I do know Jayon definitely was goofing around some though. Like 100%.
You watched the games or what?
Yeah. He was doing some odd stuff. Looks like we're getting deja vu. Do it, Ozzy? Me versus Jayon? Well, not tonight, but I might play him sometime soonish. I have to play a Flash for the win tonight for the Primal League.
Did you end up playing against Worse?
For CPL? No, we didn't actually play, but I told him I still want to play him. We'll play sometime this weekend still. Even though it's going to be like unofficial. But our team already won. So it was like, we both kind of lost interest. It was like, whatever. But I still want to play him just for the sake of playing him. What is this a clip of?
I killed myself with an egg yesterday when I was playing.
Okay. How's Primal League going so far for you guys? You know, I did some of the cast, and Snow knocked out a bunch too. I need to get those uploaded. But I won my match against Nomad. And Love Snow won his match. Who did you play against?
In 32 was Goose.
Yeah, Goose. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember I cracked some eggs and ate them raw. In celebration of my victory over him.
Zerp. 0.
Everyone's like, oh, you're gonna get salmonella. I was like, dude, you can eat raw eggs, man. It's not a big deal.
Round of 16 is actually over. I think the only match remaining is me versus Flash. And we'll be playing tonight. I did run some TVTs against Sterling to get me kind of warmed up for it.
Yeah, you beat Sterling, right?
I beat him one game, and then I got worse and worse and worse.
Well, it's 1-0 in my book.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Love Snow's gonna take over. Trying to get my food going while we're in the middle of this.
God, we still got this cough. All right. So, boys, 0 so far with 0 wins over here in the bottom right. Going for 12 match. And we got our boy JU over here in the bottom left. Going once again with the gateway open. Unfortunately, going to be scouting Zerg last here, unless he decides to go end scout, which I don't know if that's the thing in PvZ. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to go corners. So he's going to be scouting top right next. He's going to be last scouting Zerg. Does give 0 a couple extra moments to breathe. Unfortunately for him, that Overlord is also flying in the wrong direction. Gene going to poke into the Nat, see no hatch, probably turn around. He's going to go all the way in. Okay. Looks like he went far enough just to see if there was creep. No creep. Alright, turns around. Zealot getting a little love tap there on that drone. Drone looking like he wants to kind of put a couple taps on this Zealot. Okay, yeah, now that drone is playing with fire. Yeah, drone just going to turn around. Probe going straight to the third. Might actually be able to get a block here. This would actually be pretty big. And it looks like the probe got the first shot there, so that should be a dead drone. Yeah, it looks like probe will win that fight. Gonna deny that third base a little bit longer. Zealot still without a kill. Right now, maybe looking for that weakened drone. But I think it got transferred to the Nat. Yeah, it did get transferred to the Nat. It's a nice play there by 0 to keep that drone alive. Looks like that second Zealot that followed up went straight to that third. Just going to continue to delay that third base from 0. And we even have another Zealot that's going somewhere. This is the Zealot going. We're dealing with this. Oh, he knows that that 0's opted to go for the third base top side since this one was denied. Okay. Looking back at Jane's base, looks like we've decided to go Forge. I would have loved to see a Cybercore. But Jane just going to play really safe here. He's just going to make sure he gets that cannon up, make sure he doesn't get countered by Lings, and he's just going to be living his beautiful life over here as Protoss with Gape. Do have a good number of Lings here, 8 Lings being produced, 2 already up here in the top right, 3 actually, 4 lingering, or trailing, okay, 4th. So I should have 1 kill on this, no kills. Okay, what happened to that other Ling? Lings come in sets of 2. So he lost 1 Ling, or I'm actually curious about that. What happened to that Ling? Did it die to a probe? Might have died to a probe.
Ugh. Boys.
Didn't miss too much.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah, third base got denied. Decided to take the third at top right instead. That's
interesting.
Really the gist of it. Yeah, it is going to make it a little bit more awkward with the drone transfers, but overall, I think it's okay.
It's okay. It definitely hurts some, but yeah, it's not the end of the world. Oh yeah, sorry guys, I had it on just auto-following first-person view. So that it wasn't just sitting there AFK while I was gone. It looks like we cleaned up the Zealot. I didn't see how many Lings we killed, probably 2 or 3.
Yeah, Jane's ahead for sure, guys.
Was it just... So it was just the denial and the Zealot up to the top? There was nothing else that's happened, right?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
0 made a lot of Lings, though, already.
Yeah, he made about 12, I believe. Did he make more? I think he just made those 12.
Yeah, a little bit more than 12.
So a little bit of a switch up from Jaden this time around. Looks like he's getting +1 air weapon and going for the Stargate. What's the thought process between, let's go 1 Stargate or 2 Stargates?
2 Stargate is definitely... It's not like all-inish. It's all-inish if it gets scouted, right? If it gets early scouted, then you can die to Hydras very, very easily. But if you catch them going Spire and going like into Muta and stuff like that, and you're going double Stargate, then you can kind of just outright win the game as well. So it's a little bit of a gamble. A lot of times you need to hide it. And it also just kind of depends like what Zerg is doing. Obviously, if you're putting a lot of investment into Corsair, then your Storm and stuff, and you're gonna have less Zealots, that kind of thing. So it's just Hydra Bust, and like 5-hatch Hydra, for instance, can easily kill you if you're going double Stargate. Because you just don't have the economy or the resources put into Storm like you need against 5-hatch Hydra. That's why you see it so rarely, is it can die very easily if it doesn't work.
Yeah, it looks like we're gonna easily lose, what, 3 Overlords here? I mean, that Spire's not even... I mean, it's close to done, I guess, but I think we'll lose, like, 3 Overlords, huh?
Yeah, it should be just 2. Scourge build very quickly. I don't think you'll be able to get a 3rd. That being said... Okay, there's Scourge starting.
Up that main.
Yeah, he started him a little bit late. I think he didn't have eggs or something in his natural. Yeah, it's definitely a pretty painful start for Jaehyun. Second Overlord gonna go down, and then, yeah, we'll see the Corsair run back home, and he should continue.
Even a
Corsair
third gonna
production.
go down outside the net, or
oh yeah. Yeah, it's always very good to do this. Obviously, like if you go over that Overlord last, right? You want to get the scouting and the Overlords in their base first, and then you retreat back with these. Oh, he actually went into Muta. Okay. So we're going to get Muta with the Scourge, so it's not just Spire for the Scourge. Sometimes you'll see them make the Spire just for the Scourge to deny Corsair while they go into Hydra. So I expect to see a little bit more of a Muta commitment, because 3 Muta doesn't really do anything.
Why is it so good to trap the probe?
By trapping the probe, it allows you to stack your Corsair like you would stack Muta. It just makes it much better, like easier for them to fire like all on the same target and get proper splash and that kind of thing. Okay, first Scourge gonna hit, which is a little bit painful. Definitely don't want that happening. And we're gonna see the... Wait, did he stop at 4 Sarah? So he stopped at 4. Oh, no, there's a 5th. Okay, it was on the Nexus. I didn't see it on the Nexus. Yeah, so 5 plus 1.
Shot the Scourge, right?
Yeah, 5 plus 1 allows you to kill the Scourge. If Zerg goes armor and they commit the air, it can actually hurt quite a bit. If you don't make like an extra like 2 Sarah. So it just kind of depends what style the Zerg's going for.
Besides for that third getting, delayed about a minute or so, it looks like this is the best shot Zero has at a victory.
Because we're still
like
making Muta, I'm expecting to see +1 armor on this air. Because we still haven't made Hydra. We're still making Scourge Muta. Okay, and
which
Jaehyun actually kind of noticed this, so he's continued to add Sarah. He's gone up to 6, he's got a 7th one making. Which is very smart by Jaehyun. He seems to be catching on to everything that Zero's doing.
Do you ever get +1 armor on Sarah?
No. Nope.
Just bad. Just never.
It just doesn't really do anything for you. Yeah, it's just not worth it. The only thing killing your Scourge or your Sarah is going to be the Muta anyway. I mean, technically, I guess Hydra too, but you just shouldn't be around Hydra to be getting shot anyway. So the Muta damage really doesn't matter. Because the Sarah just eat the Muta alive, regardless. Okay, so we're going to get that 7 Sarah. But it looks like
we got a storm drop over here at the natural. Big storm drop. He's actually going to get a lot of these drones. Actually, a lot less than I thought he was going to get.
Yeah, it was like 5.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get like the whole drone line there. That's interesting.
But we also got this DT drop in the main, which is going to force this pull and get a couple drones. So this is actually a lot of damage. I mean, Zero's economy wasn't that great to begin with, and being forced to pull off as well as taking some damage. And now we're going to see the Sarah trying to intercept these Overlords just to make it even worse. Which is actually going to allow this Spire to go down. Even the Muta's taking a lot of damage
really
here.
Clutch.
He's just barely going to get this. That's crazy. Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah, what's up, Lirak?
We'll come back for it, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, DT... Oh, it's only 1 shot? I would just...
That's what I was saying.
Maybe he's gonna play on the game that... Oh, maybe he thinks it's dead already? There's no way. Surely Zero knows it's not dead yet.
Okay, yeah, now the Overlord's going over there. I can't believe it didn't just kill the Spire, though. Kind of crazy. I mean, it probably doesn't matter anyway. I can't imagine he's going back into air. I actually thought he was going +1 armor, but he just wasn't. He made a fair amount of Muto Scourge, but then didn't go for the +1 armor.
Oh
He's
my
gonna
god.
finally
I
clean up.
actually just cannot believe he didn't kill that either. What the heck? It's one shot, dude. He would have got it.
Yeah, it was a 20 HP. Crazy.
Well, we already have lurkers, so I guess we're not dead.
We're not dead. We're not in great
But
shape either.
definitely June in complete control of this game. He's got full map presence. He's macroing off of those 8 gateways. He's already got all the tech he really needs. Besides observatory, it seems like he's forgotten about it. Oh, actually, just kidding. I do see an observatory. Okay, so he has that done as well. So what's the next tech? Is it just let's take a third?
For Jaehyun?
Oh, he already has a third.
Yeah, so with the third and the third gas, the follow-up here now is when you're on 3 gas, you can pretty much go like Mass Storm Goon. Which absolutely destroys Lair Tech from Zerg. So he's going to be looking for this third gas, which is got up and running, and it's just going to be a lot of Goons and Storm here from now on. Zero won't be able to fight this if he stays on Lair Tech. He's going to have to get into Hive Tech to force something different from Jaehyun. But Queen's Nest just now coming down. There's going to be a window where Jaehyun's army is going to be extremely efficient against Zero's army. That being said, we have literally 0 storms with his army right now.
Yeah, he actually got all his High Templar picked off by
I saw, yeah. Yeah, imagine going 7 Saren, not losing a single one, and still getting your High Templar picked off by Muta.
Yeah, it's a good unit.
The Sarah's only job is to protect High Templar at this point. I mean, obviously they can like run around and look for overlords and stuff to snipe, but their primary job is protecting your High Templar. I'm actually surprised he's getting so aggressive on the map without Storm, but he just probably knows that he's in a good position. I mean, you see it in the supply. Again, he's up 40 supply. Upgrade's pretty decent. There's just 1 armor for the Hydra's no attack upgrade, so Jane's army is going to fight very well. Even leaving a Storm at 3 o'clock, or his third base, which I really like. A lot of these High Templar are a little bit lagging behind, but not going to get picked off. And Zero going to go for the classic Zerg counter onto that third base. There's a lot of Hydra here. Not the greatest Storm, though. So he's going to clean up these cannons up. The question is, like, can we get enough damage before this army shows up? And I don't think he's going to be able to. He'll be able to kill some probes, which is nice and all. But it's not really good enough.
Man, Hydras kill cannons so fast.
Yeah, cannons are not good against Hydra. The one good thing about this for Zero, though, like, really good thing, is this buys him a lot of time. It's a little bit of damage he loses a lot of Hydras for, and that's fine, but he's taken this 4th base, which is actually up and running. Oh, we never started our Hive, though. I was about to say, I really like ever buying time for the Hive, but he actually forgot to start his Hive. Or maybe just doesn't have the gas for it, focusing more on units at the moment. And we are getting another copy at the top right while this big fight's happening.
Okay, so yes. He's just going to pull back here. So is the Queen's Nest timing based on when Protons takes 3rd?
I don't know the exact timing for it. It's just that you just need to be on Hive Tech against a 3-base Protoss. Unless your economy is just, like, insane, I guess, but most cases, yeah.
Yeah, the classic combo wombo. You know, we got fights going on. Corsairs just killing overlords while the Hydras are, you know, being prioritized on the army fight.
And check top right. This is a brutal play for Zero here. He dropped it, yeah. Completely clearing out that mineral line, which was the only thing that Zero kind of had going for him, was this 4th base. Had a decent timing, but I mean, Jaehyun's 4th base up and running. He's securing the top left in the meantime, and this is looking worse and worse for Zero.
Yeah, this game's looking pretty over.
Yeah, not a whole lot to say at this point.
Four bases already for Jay, and he's even looking to take that 5th base top left at this point.
Mm-hmm.
really not too much left to say. We might even just see the win here with this push. I mean, yeah, we got a couple lurkers, but
Yeah, I don't think
that's
we have
something I
enough
noticed.
goons,
Go
but it
ahead.
is only 2 lurkers. But yeah, like, you see how bad zealots are against, like, the wall lurker here. It's a nightmare. You're gonna talk about Zero's lurker count, or what were you about to say?
Yeah, I've noticed like in just the overall series, he really doesn't make a lot of lurkers. Like normally in PvZ, I'm seeing like 20, 30 lurkers and just splitting them all around. Has it just been like has his eco really been that hurt?
Well, he's
Just
gas
can't
starred,
afford it,
but
or
his natural only has 1 on the gas. And I don't know how long it's been like this.
oh my goodness,
And we're not mining our top right gas
mistake.
either. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why he has so little gas, because I've seen so little gas units, right? He's gone triple Evo, he got 2 armor ups with no attack upgrades. He made a bunch of meat in the beginning, or like a handful of meat that didn't really accomplish much. I guess it killed a few Templar. And then, yeah, we didn't fix this gas mining. And a huge storm drop, oh my god.
Oh my god, you're eradicating every single drone. That's got to be like 15 drones or so.
Yeah, that was probably around 15, yeah. That was brutal. And
Well, I was gonna say he was mining pretty well, but
looks pretty
guess he's
hopeless.
not anymore.
Top right base. Still pretty AFK, bunch of drones here not mining. And it seems like Zero's dead. No nice way to put it. He's dead. We're just waiting for him to realize it. Even pulled off his 1 drone on the gas, which is what he needs more than anything.
Yeah, we're beating a dead horse at this point, boys.
And Jaeyun gonna force his way into the top right here. There are no lurkers, just a handful of hydras. So the zealots, uncontested, gonna ravage through this. Stop, he's already dead.
Yeah, I mean, I typically I'd be a little bit more hype about these cast guys, but this was pretty one-sided.
I'll turn my scoreboard on now that the game's over.
Nice storm here. Yeah, we should see the GG any second now, boys.
Yeah, not a whole lot to say. Zero's been dead for a few minutes here. He just doesn't want to admit it. Desperately wants that $30 to fund the BSL, but gonna call it GG. And Jaeyun gonna take a clean 3-0. Easily.
And yeah, that's gonna be that, boys. GG is called. Zero goes down. 3-0. Oh, I forgot to switch the name of the fucking tournament that we were doing here.
Maybe Jaeyun can clone himself. Julia versus Jaeyun. I don't think Julia's allowed. Maybe.
You guys are Julia fans?
I think Europe just wanted to see it.
Mods, pull out the hammers. It's time to ban some boys. I'm just kidding.
Alright, Moody said he's gonna be on in a couple hours to do some casting. I kind of don't want to stop here. We actually got pretty good viewership.
Yeah. What? How many you got on your stream right now?
I'm 36 on Twitch, 16 on YouTube.
Sick.
I feel like I should do something else. I just don't know what.
Let's cast some primal stuff. It's still a lot of games.
That's true. Let me see what we got here. Should have been recording for that one.
Let's please have a turn.
Yeah, what do we have left? Let me find it here. We can do Moonrai versus Law or Aether versus Zen. That's the only ones with Terrans left. Oh, and probably Tank versus Ranged, but Tank's a Terran playground. Any preferences on that, guys? Probably Moonrai and Law, huh? That one's probably the most exciting.
What's the other one? Aether and Zen?
Moonrai, Law, Aether, Zen, and Tank versus Ranged. Which, that's also... I've
Tank
never
versus
seen...
range should be pretty good,
Yeah,
actually.
actually, I haven't seen Tank play. What's the vote, guys? What do you guys want? Decent domination.
Jamin being a nice guy, boys. He's electing to not receive the money.
Yeah, he
And
wants to build a
instead
bounty. I
pay it
think that's
forward.
why he played this way against Zero, by the way. I think he's taking it, like, super serious, and he wants to, yeah, build up a bounty, right? He's not goofing around.
Yeah, he looked really solid, dude.
That was super solid.
To be honest. Like, even, like, just the... I mean, the unit control is always really good with him, but just the decision-making was pretty solid. Like, just kind of knowing when he could get away with no Stargate, and then in Game 3, where it was kind of the closest to a standard-ish game, he's like, alright, I do need the Stargate here. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good play.
Yeah, super solid. A really strong gateway expand build. Just really well executed, really good zealot pressure, right? Even against Overpool, just forcing more and more Ling and just getting into good positions, good trades. Did I say Jun? If I said Jun, I meant Zen. Or maybe I said Zen and it sounded like Jun. So it's Aether versus Zen, Moonrai versus First Law, or Tank versus Ranged.
Let's do Tank versus Range. I really haven't seen much of Tank, but I think he's like a S-rank South American Terran, right?
Oh, is he S? I do know that Ranged kind of pissed him off the other day. Because he was like looking for like friendly matches in the Discord, and Ranged played against him, and then he started beating him and said, "Easy, get out." And then Tank was like, "Are you drunk?"
Like, no, Range is just a dick. No, Range is actually a really chill guy. He's just fucking around. But Tank might not be accustomed to the way it is yet.
Yeah.
Actually, I played against Wizard on the ladder the other day. He added me right after the game, and I was like, "Why'd you add me?" He's like, "I'm DM Wizard." I'm like, "Oh, GG."
I'm giving you guys a black screen because I am opening up the replays.
So are we gonna do all three, or what are we doing right now?
I probably won't do all three because I'm also gonna be casting with Mooney. Or we could, yeah, let's do one now, and then maybe when Mooney shows up, you and Mooney can actually run some together.
This is Metropolis, right, for game one?
Yes.
Metropolis. Which one are we doing first?
Ranged and tank.
I gotta send a fucking email to somebody. Actually, no, I can just text them.
Alright guys, so we are going to be casting more of the Primal Chord Star League is what we're calling it. We're finishing up the round of 32 cast. The games are done. We've actually finished almost the entire round of 16 at this point, but going to try and catch up on some of the casts we've fallen a little bit far behind. So I'll cast a series here with most. Oh, I didn't see this. Wait, am I not getting notifications? Well, thank you for the follows, TK, Anon, and Yannicka? Thank you. Thank you. Maybe I'm not getting it because of the collab or something.
I don't know. I was still getting mine.
Huh. Maybe I'm just...
So, we're doing tank versus range first?
Oh, it may have been when I stepped away. That might be what happened.
Yeah,
yes.
You stepped away like half the casting, so it's possible.
Yeah, at least that much. Yeah, tank and ranged. So tank.
Okay, so tank versus range. Then what? It was Moonride versus
First law.
First Law. And then what was the third one?
Aether versus Zen.
Aether. Okay.
Bonnet said it. Jaeyun, stop provoking me. Okay, lobby is up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my food.
All right, boys. So looks like we're gonna do a little range versus tank. This should actually be pretty good. Range is a very strong Protoss player. It's an S rank Protoss player. I think personally his best matchup is PVT. I don't know very much about tank, but I do know tank is a pretty solid Terran player. That's all I really know about him. He is from South America. I have to imagine his TVP is going to be pretty good because, you know, ladder is like 90% Protoss. So you get a lot of practice when you're playing ladder. So we will see what this looks like. But I guess while we wait a moment to get Ozzy back in here, let's pull one up. I don't know if you guys can see my shot glass, but this one's so fun. It's like a prescription shot glass. It's so funny. Always bless the bottle. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers. Salud. Good. Bay. Boys. I guess I don't have a chaser. Oh, I guess my chaser is water. Alright. Oh! Alright. Oh, let me send this message out.
Yeah, boys. We are back. Goosehead has been plugging away at Aether. When we cast Aether or Goose? Which one? Which one do you mean?
Did we ever cast Love Snow vs. Goose? Is that get done?
Oh, no, I don't think so, actually. No, it has not been casted. I was gonna have Mooney and Urmon cast that one together.
Aunt Mooney doesn't cast shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, I mean, I've just kind of got off of what I originally was planning on with the casting. It's just, you know, whoever I can get at this point. I won't try divvying it up next time. That didn't work at all. Nobody did anything.
Just besides you and me.
Yeah, we're the only two. Urmon did cast one with me. And actually,
never
I did
mind.
some with Flash too. Yeah. So really just
Flash
me.
is actually surprisingly pretty good caster.
He's a really good caster. There's a lot of things I don't like about him. His casting is amazing.
Yeah, it actually shocked me that he could cast. I was like, okay, not bad.
Yeah, very good. All right, boys, you ready?
I'm here. Let's run it.
I will be eating, so I'm not gonna talk a whole lot. Just gonna be straight up.
I'm gonna take a bite of my food before this starts.
I need to get some sort of icon or something for Primal Cord to go over the replay progress.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you guys were talking about that, figuring out what to make as an icon for the Primal Cord stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like trying to think about what ideas I have right now. I don't know. Will come to me. Alright, anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, show match is done. Jaehoon absolutely blasted 0-3-0. And we've moved on to more casting. This time we're not doing live. We're doing off the replays. But with the replays comes some benefits. We'll be able to see their money. We'll be able to see their building tabs over here in the top left.
Worker count, that's an important one.
Worker count, definitely a big one as well.
Herb, thanks for the raid, man.
And we got ranged over here spawning in the top left. And in the bottom left we got Far-Fetched, aka Tank. I'm never really a big fan of putting my depot here. I don't know if it actually helps at all. I feel it just looks really clunky. So
I think it makes it worse
but...
if nothing else. It either does nothing or makes it worse.
Yeah. To me, it's clunky, especially against like. Oh, fuck. Okay, I gotta send this text. I keep getting this message.
It's fine. I'll take over.
Go ahead.
Looks like we're getting just a normal opener for ranged. Looks like we're not going for the 14 Zealot, so it's going to be skipping Zealot on this build. Our boy DM Tank actually doing his depot in the wrong position. Oh, no, sorry. Jeez. I'm an idiot. We're good. My brain was fried. This is normal. And yeah, the gas running, it looks like actually is messed up just a little bit. So we're going to get a 234 factory, so a little bit late on this factory. It's okay. It's not like the end of the world in this case. Ranged isn't doing anything where we'd be punished with their factory, but just not the best mining start for Tank here initially. Yeah, looks like Range going to be looking for potentially a 19 Nexus, or 21 Nexus, sorry, because we're not starting our range yet. So going to be going for the earlier Nexus, is going to get a Scout with this probe relatively soon to do the end Scout. I'm going to get rewarded for that. And Ranged might start range after seeing that it's close spawns, but I expect I'm just going to go for this. It is going to be a 23 Nexus, but rangeless, so it's going to go for the double Goon into Nexus. So we're going to have a pretty big gas bank, which is fine.
We're eating some ramen.
He's eating ramen, boys.
Our Nesium was asking. So it looks like we're actually doing an FD, huh? We're still continuing marine production after 4. Typically we just make 2 or 3. And we're going tank first with mines. Yeah, it's gonna be an FD.
It's gonna be an
this
FD.
actually might be pretty strong based on the fact that our range is so slow.
Yeah, our range is very slow, so it's actually a little bit dangerous here for range.
Okay. Does get a little bit of damage on the shields. Doesn't actually hit the hull, but softens up that goon a little bit.
Yeah, and range sees this marine count, so he knows what's coming. He knows it's going to be a push at this point.
Yeah, he still opt to go Robo, though. He didn't go second gateway.
Wow, that's pretty bold. And kind of surprising. We got these 2 rangeless goons out here, and unfortunately, because we don't have range, we can't really even pick at these marines very easily. That being said, tank did actually wait a few extra seconds, and every second right now is like very, very precious to range, not just for getting more goons out, but for also getting closer and closer to that range. So he is actually going to be at 4 goons by the time this push gets here, which can shut this down pretty easily, because that is 2 volleys on the tank if the tank is not microed very well. Shield battery coming down, ranged. He's not going to have range in time for this push, so he is going to have to try to hold this without range. Mines are going to be done. This is kind of scary looking for ranged. First thing going to go down.
Yeah, immediately shutting down that first good.
Mm-hmm.
There is a mine on that right there. He's going to trigger the mine. The mine blows up, gets a couple of the probes as well.
Does get the tank, but I mean, this one goon is very low. Going to fall back to the shield battery, though, and shield battery is actually going to come in a lot of help. Range almost done here, but lot of probes going down, and we see a huge worker lead for tank behind this, and his CC getting close to done.
God, these vultures are going to slip into the main as well while this is all going on. Marine's going to be drawing the attention of the goons. 2 vultures going to get lots of damage done here.
Yeah, and...
Oh, going after the gas probes, though, definitely a mistake. Oh, come on, use the vulture. Use the vulture tank. The vulture is idle. AFK.
Yeah, a lot of missed damage right there, actually, for that vulture. Could have killed several more.
Could have got at least like 3 or 4 more probes, dude, if he was on it. However, as the dust settles and the game stabilizes, we look at that worker count, and it is an 8 worker count advantage, 9 even now.
Yeah.
For Mr. Tank here, so not bad. And we're just gonna go straight 3-5. Getting that full information, we saw its observer, we saw it's just 2 gateway. We know there's no Citadel, we know there's no DT threat, we know there's no Reaver threat on the way as of yet. We're just gonna skip the eBay. Oh, well, as I say that, we did end up going to 3 factory first, but then we have actually added eBay.
I don't mind it.
No armory.
I kind of like the delayed eBay, right? Get a little bit more of your production up, but you still don't want to get caught off guard by Reaver, because I mean the support bay and Reaver can build very, very quickly behind that, so he can delay, and we do actually see the support bay coming down, so eBay can end up being the right choice. Could have delayed it a little bit longer, but wanting to play it safe, and I think that's a good thing to do in this position. Because, like, range did manage to cut a little bit or save a little bit, which he did actually end up cutting goons. He's very focused on, like, recovery mode right now, right? And he's going to be relying on this Reaver to get him back in the game, because he knows he's in a really tough position. Tank's eco is just so far ahead of range right now. I'd like to see a few more SCVs on this natural, though. Another...
Yeah, I was just going to point that out. I was like, dude, did we not transfer? Like, what happened? We only have, like, 6 SCVs left. Yeah, it looks like range definitely banking on this Reaver to get lots of damage, get lots of work done.
Mm-hmm.
We see Tank already getting a couple initial turrets placed. I'd love to see some mines get placed around these turrets as well. We do have the armory now spinning, and yeah, he's feeling pretty comfortable. He hasn't decided to make an academy yet. He's, you know, he kind of, for the most of the part, had the good gist of what's going on here. 4th factory on the way. Oh, okay. Just kidding. I missed that. I was under my screen here. We do have the academy actually done.
Yeah, and I always want to push A to look at it, but it brings up the replay progress when you do.
Well, you gotta have that replay blocker, man.
I know. I need to get it. Gotta get it.
All right, Reaver gonna get dropped there to kill a 5 HP vulture. And a couple of vultures gonna be going up here to the top right.
One thing that's really nice for Tank too is we did this FD, but his 5-pack timing's not that bad. Like, he's not gonna have all the upgrades and stuff, but it's still gonna be a good timing on the push if he wants to go for that. He's gonna get in here. There's no turrets here on the mineral line right now, so gonna draw a little bit of tank fire and drop this Reaver. Are we gonna get some magical shots here? Gets one
Yeah,
pop
you know,
on that tank, but
the defense looks pretty good for tank. I mean, yeah, there's no turrets, but oh, I wouldn't have even pulled the SCVs there. I think it was fine. It's like Range kind of just dancing around with this shuttle, trying to find any little spot where he can get a little damage done. But yeah, we're pretty we're pretty tight with the coverage here.
well, it gets another tank. I actually really like these tanks on the side here because it makes it where Range can't drop on top of that turret and depots and be annoying. Because the tank from the natural can actually shoot it and kill it.
Yeah, it's so interesting seeing the Sim Cities too on this map. Is the base layout is just so weird.
Yeah. And do you see what I see from Range? Tank did scan the main and sees the extra gateways coming down, but he's not going to see the fleet beacon.
And I was just gonna just talking about how that base is the way it is. I was just gonna talk about how odd it is for Terran to be able to scan everything, and we see Range taking full advantage of it. Already going for the quick carrier off of the two bases here. Did that Reaver die?
It did, yeah. He let a Reaver die.
Oh, okay. He had two Reavers in there. Gotcha. Yeah, so Range definitely has to take a lot of care of these Reavers. These Reavers are definitely what's going to be able to keep them safe while we're transitioning to this carrier attack.
Tank should be pretty suspicious of something going on. Oh my god, these Reaver or these mineheads. It's interesting because Tank scanned, he scouted top right and he scouted 12 o'clock. And he was looking at 9 o'clock. He never saw a third, but he's completely dark on the right side of the map. Never scouted anything over there. But we're also not preparing for potential carrier. There he scans ahead. It looks like we killed the second Reaver. So, again, very painful for Range. Not going to have really anything to stop this push. We got 3 Goliath out. These are just kind of the standard Goliath does not know about the carrier. And these carriers are not really going to be ready in time to stop this push.
Yeah, Range looking pretty fucking dead, dude. He's got, what, 6 Zealots, 5 Goons, a Reaver and a Dream? I mean, these carriers, even when they spawn, it's going to take quite some time before they can gather up that interceptor count.
Yep. Range going to need a miracle, and that even still might not be enough.
Yeah, we're gonna need all kinds of miracles at this point. We should. He didn't even bring all his units. He's still got tanks at home. Tanks at home, 4 vultures at home. This is a big reason why I love hotkeying my factories. Because when you're doing something like this, you just 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just rally those things forward.
Yeah, re-rally. I gotta start doing that.
And we can see how beneficial it would be. We're missing out on 8 vultures, 2 tanks right now. Carriers are done. Are producing interceptors, but
he doesn't have the interceptor upgrade even, so these carriers are going to max it for... Oh, no, he did get it. Wait, I didn't see you researching. I was clicking for it.
It's from South America.
And,
I think Peru.
I mean, we'll see. Reavers plus carrier is a very strong combination, but I think this Nexus is going to go down, and then Range is barely going to be mining after that. It looks like all the probes died even. So even if he held this, the damage is already done. And yeah, he knows that GG is called, and Tank gonna take the first game against Ranged.
Wow. So we were wondering how good Tank is. Good enough to be Ranged.
Crazy. All right. Next map is Eclipse. Typical Protoss player picking map against Terran here. Toxic. What a toxic map.
and we're doing a poker fundraiser for our next fundraising event for our club. But there's a lot of little laws we have to follow with doing this. I wasn't really aware of, but I'm kind of learning about. It's like only X amount of money, only X amount of people, locations, and I didn't realize there's so many litigations, all this stuff.
Litigations. Oh my god, I wasn't recording. That's fine. I'll just take it off of the... It's gonna be a little bit less quality. It's more annoying to edit it when I don't record, but it's fine. It's fine. Just download it off of Twitch or something and we'll just have a crappy quality cast. Alright guys, moving into game 2, we have range spawning in the top right on Eclipse and DM tank spawning in the bottom left as Terran. Range is going to go for that forward pylon and gas steel. Pretty typical for these maps, so we're going to see a forward gateway, we're going to see that gas steel, and we're going to see a zealot rally. So, pretty much normal for 2-player maps, especially Eclipse. Travel distance is pretty short for a 2-player map. They're usually a little bit longer than like 4-player maps per se, but still Eclipse is a little bit shorter than normal. So, gonna get in here, and gonna end up... Tank is getting the... Yeah, he's getting the 11 gas. He's gonna start it and pull off of it, so not gonna get that gas still, so it's actually pretty nice for Tank. Does delay the barracks a little bit there, but... not too bad. And Probe actually gonna go down as well. This should never happen. Bit of a mistake from Range there for sure.
Yeah, Range actually absolutely trolling losing that Probe, man.
Yeah.
It looked really clean at first, the way he was like stutter stepping, getting the shots off max distance with the probe, but then ends up just kind of slipping on the micro, and he must have been looking back at home to do something. I assume it was building the simulator.
Yeah, and the reason this is really important, because not only did we lose the probe, which obviously sucks to lose a worker this early, but when Terran takes an early gas like that, and you're also forcing them to pull SCVs to follow your probe around, it actually hurts a lot in the beginning. So luckily for Tank... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, like that single probe usually is like a 3 SCV response.
Exactly.
You have your SCV building, you have to pull one to fight. You might have to cancel that one SCV and send it back, and put another one back on. Yeah.
And so after doing the low eco 11 gas, it just compiles and gets a lot worse.
Yeah.
Is barracks to command center? That's zealot tight too, right?
Yeah. And there's actually even a pocket there where you see that far left little sponge looking or not sponge, a little suction cup looking thing. You can put your marine in that spot, and it's the zealot cannot reach it on top or bottom. It's like a little safe zone.
Nice. There is a safe zone between the barracks and depot too, right? This is really, really like pixel perfect almost.
I can't ever hit that one, but
yeah,
the racks and the CC I can definitely do very consistently.
Yeah. And it looks like we're actually getting another FD, by the way, off the 11 gas.
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
This is actually the style I've been playing a lot of recently in my games personally. I've been a big fan of... I've been doing it a little bit different though. I take my CC. So when my factory's yielding the add-on, I just build the CC. And then do like... I guess it's slightly delayed. But I don't feel like I have to get damage done because I have the command center behind it.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on what Range wanted to do after the pylon. He did actually go into probes instead of that second goon, so that is a big difference. If he goes for that second goon, it's actually relatively easy to hold this, but playing a little bit greedier. And here he's going to see all the Marines on the top side, and now he knows what's coming. And we are at least getting Range on time this game. But he's still not going to have it to harass this very much before he gets to his base.
Yeah, this time around he's opted for a second gateway before the robo. I would like to see Range actually pull off a gas here. He doesn't need that much gas. He's already almost at 500. I think it'd be fine for him to just pull 2 off gas, just mining 1.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for him. We're going to be only at 2 Dragoons and 1 Zealot, which is not enough to hold this.
Range is done compared to last game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see him start trying to get a little bit of chip damage, but got to be careful. You don't want to be going for this chip damage on the Marines. If the tank is going to be shooting you, it's just not worth it at that point. Is at least going to have this wall to buy a little bit of time. But, I mean, this is going to be such a hard hold, I think, for Range.
Yeah, we do see a Desperation shield battery get thrown down here, but Zealot already going down.
Third Goon pops out. We have the wall here, so tank would be happy just to kill this wall and back up, though.
You know, it's so odd the way, like, I feel like I learned a lot from Terran players based on how they position their mines. And we see Tank so passive with his mines. I personally would just be like all up in Range's face here, trying to slam down those mines right underneath the gateway, trying to get a nice little mine connection on those goons. But we see Tank has opted to play a little bit more passive with these mines.
Yeah, I kind of like it because if he's just looking to kill the wall, this is better, right? If he sends the vultures in and he's losing the mine, then there's a chance that Range can actually come out. But because of this little minefield, it allows him to poke at the wall. Manages to kill 1 pylon, 1 gateway. Range going to be rebuilding his gateways in his main. But Observer is on the way. And once the Observer's out, this is going to get pushed back. Siege mode will be done before the Observer is here. But it's only 1 tank. Well, actually, there's a second tank coming up. This is actually pretty rough for Range. Got a lot of mines to go through, and there's going to be 2 tanks here with this buffer. I'm pretty worried for Range right now. Oh my god, even a goon going down.
Yeah, the big thing with Tank, though, is he doesn't like to transfer workers. I know this is natural once again. Just has like 5 workers at it.
Big tank shots on these goons. I mean, with the probe pool, he is going to clean this up. Did lose several probes. And once again, by the end of this push, we see a pretty similar worker lead for tank. Up 10 workers just about. Like you said, transfer on his natural. Definitely a little bit light. So not mining as efficiently as he could, but still out-mining Range by a lot right now.
Yeah, that's gonna force Range even to transfer some more probes from his main. Looks like he did do so, just to try to compensate. But down 11 workers after the dust settles this time around. There is a small counterattack coming across the map here, but we're totally fine. We got siege mode. We got the high ground.
Yeah, we're gonna have 4 tanks
coming out of the factories. Yeah. I'd love to see him throw down those 3 extra factories here. Kind of about that time. Looks like our armory was delayed quite a bit. Oh, where's our tanks?
Tank's a little bit out of position. I think he was worried about potential drops or something like that, but only 1 tank in Range right now. 1 Observer going to go down. Going to chip a few SCVs, but Range is committing here, so these goons are pretty much forfeit at this point. He's just going to try and get a little bit of damage. Might be able to get 1 more tank, which is actually pretty nice. And actually going to get out with 3 goons still. So that did way better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, definitely not a bad play. It was simply the fact that Tank had all his tanks. Oh my god, these names, dude. Getting range, like tank,
I know
tank. Jesus Christ. Anyway, just the fact that he had those 3 tanks in the main there really let him take a little bit more damage than he really needed to. Because 4 tanks hold 4 goons, no problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but at the end of the day, he ended up killing 2 tanks and a few SCVs, forced a little bit of lost mining. So pretty decent for Range behind that. He did take this kind of semi-ninja third. Just a little bit off location. I was going to talk
about that right now, actually. I don't see the rationale behind that. Is there more mineral patches there? Is that why?
It's purely because it's just slightly off normal, right? So Tank will be looking for the third at like the 12 o'clock, and if he doesn't see it, it can work because if you take these like slightly off thirds, what ends up happening is they don't see the normal third, and they're like, oh, it's a hidden base. So they start looking everywhere else, right? And they won't go to like the next obvious location because it's just kind of odd, you know, to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hate it.
This tank line from Tank is actually pretty abusable. If range notices this, when it's like a straight line like this, you can actually pick off a few tanks, only getting shot by like 1 or 2 at a time.
The big thing that I don't like about this third is one, yeah, the pro transfer takes a little bit longer. Secondly, there's actually one less mineral patch at this one compared to the normal third base. Which I guess, you know, it doesn't matter. Protoss is always rich, so.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised we're making so many turrets and just like spreading ourselves like this.
Yeah, I don't like the spread that Tank went for here. Like I said, it's just really vulnerable from like a cleave from above. You know what I mean? It is obviously good if it comes from the right, but just the way we're set up is very weak if range comes from the top. So
yeah.
If he decides to take a third, he will need to reposition. But that being said, we are going up to 6 factory, so we are probably not taking a third. Which, since we're not taking a third, I'm surprised we made all these turrets out here too.
I guess just to deny the observer? I don't know.
I guess, yeah. Vultures are going to be running around, and it looks like they'll probably find this third relatively soon, unless these goons actually get in position and deflect in time, which they are going to. So I think Tank's still unaware.
Did Comstats just finish?
They just finished, yeah.
Okay, so we haven't seen a scan just yet. He might be thinking once again it could be carrier.
That is true. It actually looks, if you don't know about this third, it looks very similar to the previous game.
That might actually be something that Range was banking on.
Range did lose a gun here on the left side and did not have observers in place for this movement, so his army is very, very out of position. Range looked like he wanted to try and deny a third, but there is no third 4 tank coming. It's just going to be this push. Goon's going to get completely boxed in by these vultures and mines. So that all going to get picked off. A lot of our army is off in the middle of nowhere, and this is looking very dire once again for Ranged.
Man, you know, Tank looking good, dude. Like, he's, like, Range is no joke, man. Range is a strong player, and Tank making him look like a C-rank Protoss.
Yeah, just FD into 6 back 2 games in a row, but pretty well executed pushes.
Yeah, I mean, I love his style because this is exactly what I do. So it's like, all right. I guess I'm South American, man.
It's official, boys. Loves snow. Does speak Spanish, so it all checks out.
all the Latino turns are playing these like unit fight styles, and all the Americans are playing split map. It's like,
right.
Come on, guys. What are you guys doing? And then you guys are looking at us like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, we are starting the third CC behind this. I like that from Tank, just in case. But he's in such a good position right now. We got Goons kind of off to the left. Bunch of Zealots here on the right. Probably going to wait for him one more round as ranged, and then he's going to go for it.
Dude, he doesn't bust this. There's no way.
Yeah, maybe with some proper mind drags it could have worked, but... Well, that was a good one. That was one good one. But even at this point, if he did clear it up, I mean, Terran traded so well. It doesn't matter, but not even going to clear this up with the reinforcing vulture showing up. Going to finish up these Zealots. And I think that's going to do it for range. You see it in the supply. Protoss less supply than the Terran, and never good for Protoss. GG is called, and Tank going to take a 2-0 over ranged. And now I see why ranged trash-talked Tank whenever they played their friendly matches.
Damn.
GG.
I wasn't sure how good Tank was, but
looks solid.
He looks really strong.
Yeah.
I think really like the only things I thought were weird were his lack of re-rallying factories and lateness on his academies, but
Mhm.
Everything else looks really, really good. I mean, even his armories are kind of slow, but it doesn't really matter. He just got more units. He got more units, man.
Wow, wow, wow.
I forgot to update scoreboard. I always forget that.
Okay, I'm gonna go eat and focus on that.
Alright.
I'm gonna say, if you want to keep casting, wait for Mooney. He should be showing up soon. And he can cast with you.
I'll chill for a bit.
Yeah. But if you decide you want to cast more later, just let me know, and I can set you guys up.
Sounds good.
Alright. Well, thanks for joining me. That was fun. These were good games.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at how good Tank is. Like, he made range look like really, really bad.
Right. Alright, guys, I'm gonna head out. I might be back later. Well, no, I definitely will be back later because I'm gonna play Flash for the win for my Primal Chord tournament. So I'll see you guys later tonight. But thanks for watching the cast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna send you guys over to Love Snow. He's gonna continue doing StarCraft stuff. Hopefully.